everybody. This is Derek, and with me today is the only man who has earwax. That is SPF 150 in the world, Carl Mandrioli. Impressive.
Welcome to the Backpacking Adventures podcast, brought to you by the go-to quilt by most thru hikers and Lighten Equipment. Lighten your load at lightenequipment.com. With me today is a man who doesn't know the capital of Alaska. Do you know?
Wow, that was cheesy but funny. That was good.
That was a dad joke right there. Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, we got a wild one today. We got a literal wild man on the show today. Would you say?
Oh, literal wild man.
I think that this individual was born in the wrong time period of life. I feel like he was meant. I think he was meant to be in the Wild West, like the old school Wild West. You know.
Maybe
just on what we're going to talk about here today. I think he was just bred for that, but he's here in this time period, so we're going to get a little piece of that.
Correct. Good analysis right there.
You
Okay, for people who don't know who Marty Raney is, like, he's pretty big time. He's been on multiple TV shows. Like, what would you say he's known for?
Outdoor adventuring, homesteading, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to him. He's going to just share some stories with us that are going to, I don't know. One of them just blew my socks off, but which we'll get into.
Yeah, for sure. He's
he's big in the homestead world. Alaskan, yeah.
He did like a series of Alaska adventure shows every which way, from on the water to on the mountain. He's guided mountains. But really, I think here's my description of who this guy is. For those who've been, part of the show for a while, our good buddy Rocky. And I feel like Marty Raney is the same person as Rocky, only Marty's a little bit older and has a gun. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah. Is he crazier than Rocky? Is he like a level above
If you give
Rocky?
Rocky a gun and we're like, Rocky, like, kind of use this at your own discretion, wouldn't you come up with the same guy?
That's a coin flip. Yeah, that's probably that's fair. Yeah, it could go. Yeah, it could go either way with Rocky and a gun.
Like, he's not dangerous with a gun, but he's like a little dangerous, maybe. But
careless.
You can mostly trust him, right?
Yeah, 80%.
I think he knows what he's doing, but maybe portrays it that there's a little bit of, like you said, like wildness going on.
Do you think too, because like he has a show, right? They're recording. Does the camera's rolling and he knows they're there? Does that play a part in what's
I think
going
it does, but I think what you see is what you get. That's my interpretation.
I would agree with that. I think he knows the cameras are going though. And in the back of his mind, he's like, this will make some good TV. And we'll get into that. So
right. Well, okay. We're going to hear from him in a moment. Our Bible verse of the episode is Isaiah 43. A voice cries, "In the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God." So you've been wanting to go to the wilderness of Alaska for years now, Derek. So what's the holdup?
What's the holdup?
Yeah.
Logistics, Carl. Logistics. It might just end up being you and I wandering around out there aimlessly.
Wandering?
Searching for bears with, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's hard to get everybody to get up there, and it's a undertaking in itself, as we've discovered over the years.
You said it very nicely.
You
said it very nicely. I think you're being polite.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Our holdup is we have some folks we want to go with to Alaska, but the places we want to go with aren't just like a single plane flight. It's like plane flight, bus ride, bush plane, and like the combination of trying to get to where we want to go to. There's a high probability that somebody's going to miss something, because that's just who we go with. We go with characters, and that's the risk. And so we haven't been willing to take the risk yet.
Yeah. When will we pull the, shoot? What am I saying? When are we going to go for it? I don't know.
Yeah.
We really got to.
I think I'm getting close, but I think we would have to enjoy the mess ups. Like, oh, hey, somebody just missed a bus ride. Like, they were in the bathroom for 20 minutes and all they were doing was going pee. Why were they in there so long? I don't know.
Great question.
But somehow they missed it. So
I'm sure some kind of delay will involve like a Quickie Mart and a burrito or something ridiculous, and it took too long to check out, or who knows?
Who knows?
Stepped in moose poop. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all we can do now is just hear stories from Alaska. So here we go. We got Marty Raney right now.
Please.
With us today is a star of multiple TV shows, including Ultimate Survival Alaska and Homestead Rescue. He's guided trips up to Denali for 40 years. He's got a cool mustache. Mr. Marty Raney, how's it going today, sir?
It's going good, but we have to tell the truth. My guiding career on Denali just started by me wanting to climb that big mountain, which I did unguided.
Okay.
Actually, I went in 1986, the first time. And then I went back in 1988, took 3 people that never had climbed, a hill
Right.
in their backyard ish.
Okay.
And they all made the summit, I think.
So you're like, you guys don't really hike at all, but you could probably climb Denali. That was
well, what I needed, to be honest with you, I wanted to go back. So this was 1986, first time. I went back in 88, and I needed somebody on my rope. A rope team of 4, it's a lot safer.
Right.
And I couldn't find anybody. A lot of climbers today, everywhere, right?
Right.
And look at, I mean, there wasn't a podcast in 88 backpacking in blisters.
Right.
Or
there should have been. Yeah.
Or 21, or you guys weren't even born. Or 21
What,
days.
in the 80s we weren't born?
We look like babies. I like it.
I think we're your son's age. I don't know. We were born in the 70s, so we're Gen X.
So anyway, that was it. So I never pursued it. I just wanted to climb the mountain. I took those people because I needed people on a rope in that climbing world. And there's people. If you got a backpacking podcast, so they certainly know. If you guys don't, winter ascents became a thing, right? I had the most hellacious crevasse fall in the history of in the history of mankind, and somehow we survived it.
Did he have to pull you out? Was he yanking on the rope to lift you out of the crevasse?
In the climbing world, you can't pull anyone. Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't pull someone out of a hole.
Okay.
So you got to have some mountains. Both the people, if you're climbing with 2 people on the rope, somebody goes in a crevasse, you have to have something beyond backpacking skills.
Right.
Mountain climber, big wall, all that. All of it's a waste of time. If you fall in a crevasse without crevasse without figuring out how to get out of a crevasse.
Okay. Without the gear. Right. So did you just lost footing, or what happened? Like what
I fell through the bridge.
Oh.
And then it was a winter ascent, right? It was 40 below zero.
Yeah.
And the wind was howling, and we had just stopped. We had skied up to a ridge, and then it took time in cold weather to get the skis off and then put crampons on in the wind at 40 below.
Were you, out of curiosity, were you wearing the cowboy hat when you were doing this, or did you have something else on?
Obviously, dude.
I'm highly offended by that question.
Wow. I would be too.
I was. No, of course. No, a little too windy for the cowboy hat, but anyway, fell in a crevasse. It happens.
Now, you got these close calls here, but you shared with me before that with these close calls, like, it still wasn't always blue skies and butterflies. Like, one year you went up there, and unfortunately not everybody made it down the mountain. Do you mind sharing that story?
That story goes like this. There was the most amazing man in the world, hard worker, successful. His name was Brian Young. He had a wife. He had a wife and 4 kids. And I remember I just climbed Denali in 86, and he invites me to dinner, and I'm stoked. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going back. I should be there now, but I'm going next year. I want to go. And for 20 years, he would contact me. I want to go. But he's a highline fisherman, a businessman, making millions and millions of dollars. So he never did it. I gave up on him 10 years before. I think this all went down in 2012, June 10th. But out of the clear blue sky, he contacts me. I'm climbing the mountain.
Right.
I blew my mind. And by the way, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I climbed it in my.
Yeah.
Don't make me.
You don't look that old. You don't look that old though.
Don't make me come over there.
You got more hair than Carl does. That's what I'm saying. I don't really. You don't look that old.
Hold on. So I climbed it in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s. So we go. And I couldn't believe it. And this is how cool he is. He's smart. He's cool. He's in amazing shape. He's a runner. He was always an athlete. We go to the mountain. We're driving to Talkeetna, my wife, his beautiful wife, and we're joking and, and I remember it vividly. It's so terrible. You better bring my husband back. And of course, I'd been on many expeditions in Alaska. Right. And everybody came back.
So you're like, of course I'll bring him back.
Of course. All right. We go to the mountain. He's strong as an ox. He's very talkative. Everybody loves him. we get to the 14,000 foot camp where people acclimate and they assess their climb. When you leave 14,000 feet, you bet the farm. So, in other words, it's, things can go wrong above 14. You got a head wall, lots of exposure from 16 to 17,000 feet on a ridge. I've been caught out there in a storm. It's not fun. And then at 17,200 is the high camp for traditional climbing of the mountain. So you get into high camp. You hope your people are acclimated. You're waiting for a weather window.
Right.
And these people will probably have the hardest physical, most arduous day of their lives, most of them.
Right.
So we're sitting around 14 and I'm not liking the forecast. And I had somebody, one of my other guys, I was like, how do you feel about going in the morning? I got a headache. All right. So Brian comes up to me and says, I want to go with I think the Mexican team was like 3 people, maybe 4.
Okay.
And he goes, I want to go with those guys. I'm feeling really good.
So I'm going to leave you.
Yeah. And I was like, which is fine. And this wasn't a bad moment. I was just like, it caught me off guard.
But in your mind, are you thinking like, well, is there any, and maybe I'm wrong about this. Is it going to hurt your now 3 people to have him gone, or does it not matter?
No, but that's a really good point. That's that's insightful. But no, we would have been fine.
Okay.
So we're sitting around the camp and I'm like, yeah, no big deal. To do this. And I don't even know if I'm not a really give advice guy. I mean, what advice could I give? Right. He's a grown man and we were on the mountain probably 10 days already, 12 maybe.
Yeah. And he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. I mean, and again, I'm not that overbearing guide mentality. I'm just like, okay.
Carl, take note. Yeah.
Speak up. When they leave in the morning, hey, no big deal. I wasn't worried at all. I was it was unorthodox. So they leave and I watch them as they go up from the 14,200 foot camp where we're at in this basin. And then they're climbing a wall that's kind of steep. They left late in the they left afternoon, I believe, on the summit. Usually when you get out of there, 8 or 9 or 10, so you get back before something goes wrong after 5 or 6 in the evening or something. It'd be a little bit crazy. I guess they go up, they get the summit, they come back way, way, way all night long the next morning. Seemed, according to the people there, in decent spirits. They go to each side of the tent and Brian goes in the middle of them and his last words were, well, I'm going to really be sawing logs.
What? That's how it went down.
And then the 2 boys heard him do some erratic breathing, and then they heard him stop breathing, and then it was on. Well, now they're trying to save Brian's life.
Like, is he having a heart attack or what's going on here?
I don't know if anybody, to be honest with you, if anybody knows to this day.
Okay.
I don't know. Now it gets to get a little crazy. I'm at 17. I'm at 14,000, 3,000 foot below them.
Right.
So they had moved from they left me at 14,200. They did CPR and they worked on him and he died.
Okay.
That's crazy.
They come up to me. A ranger walks over to me and he was very dismissive and he said, walks up to my tent and he goes, your friend didn't make it. I fell to the ground. What?
Just like rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh no, I'm fine with all that. I go to the Rangers tent. The Rangers have a tent set up and they're basically very non-helpful. I said, well, I got to call his wife. I got to call the family. I got to let them know.
Right.
And they did a gesture like this. Go out there. There's a lot of people with phones out there.
Where's like his body at this point? Where's his body?
Like in the tent?
His body's at 17,000.
They brought it down? It's still up there.
It was sunny outside at the time.
Jeez.
I told the Rangers, let's get a chopper. Let's get the body off. They don't. They drag the feet. Weather closes in. Meanwhile, I pack up we head down the mountain, and we get to base camp, fly out probably within 2 or 3 days. At Talkeetna, the Rangers meet my plane, and family members I've never met who had flown up here from Idaho, which is fine. I would expect that. I really still don't know what happened, but the body's still, to answer your question, back at 17,200 feet. It wasn't until 7 days later that they flew it off, frozen hard as a diamond.
Right.
And it took 3 days to thaw out.
This is a detail that I'm kind of curious about, if I may. You said he was in the tent when this happened, and they left him up in the tent for 3 days.
Well, they drug him out of the tent.
They took him out of the tent and left him there in the sleeping bag. That just seems
no. Everything that the Rangers did at 17.2 and the brothers was textbook.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing. There's nothing strange about that. And perhaps I'm the only person in the world that thinks that the way that I was treated was hard to explain. That said, I find out when I get to base camp. I find out when I fly to Talkeetna in my climbing gear of 21 days.
Fun. Yeah.
Come to the ranger station. And so they accused me of illegal guiding. And now you have a death on your hands and you were illegal guiding.
Is that like jail time?
Well, it's in a federal park, so it's federal offenses. I was indeed not guiding anyone. Brian was a multi-millionaire.
Right.
And he never gave me a cent. Oh, I'm sure he would have tried at some point, but it was never implied, mentioned, or wink, ever.
Okay.
So his wife told me, so I go to Kodiak I get to Kodiak a day after the funeral. Not a good day for that poor family.
Right.
And she blurts out, Brian had $4,500 on him.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And I can't find it.
And
I don't know anything about it.
Are they doing this? Are they pointing the finger at you now?
No. Well, not her. Not her.
Okay.
She knew better.
Okay.
She knew. I mean, she would believe what I was.
Did he bring $4,500 to the summit? Like what?
I don't know.
That's.
I have no idea. But I do know that if he had $4,500 with him, a ranger or someone besides me stole it.
Okay.
Because it wasn't. They said nobody says they saw it or found it.
Right.
Of course not.
The body was on the mountain. His pack, I guess. I don't know. 7 days, frozen hard as a diamond. 3 days, wherever that is, where you thaw. I don't know. Does his gear go there?
They're going to the gear, right? Like what happened to the gear? You're giving it back to the family.
They probably gave it back to the family. So
okay.
I don't even care about that, but it leads. It makes sense of the way they treated me on the mountain. Again, it's not about me. It's about Brian, but it was a little rough.
I can see that.
And I had no idea why. And then I went, I think I illegally guided. I think
you got me stuck on. This is like a tragedy. And in the midst of a tragedy, somehow somebody found a way to take advantage of the situation.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody took advantage of anything. I'm telling you what happened.
Oh, yeah.
I know how I was condescended to and accused. And I remember asking, I saw him at in the middle of nowhere on the Parks Highway a couple years ago. I said, what were you really trying to do? What were you guys really trying to do? He goes, we were trying to prosecute you, but there wasn't enough evidence. And that's all he said. Well, and he got in his car and drove off.
Well, false accusations are the worst. Like, we've been a part of that in national parks as well. We've been accused of killing bears in Yosemite National Park because of lack of bear canisters, so not quite the same thing, but we get the false accusation thing for sure. And I'm glad at least that part worked out okay. But I'm so sorry to hear about your friend and how that went down. But we appreciate you sharing the story.
Yeah.
And Derek and I are pretty far from Denali as far as ever even attempting that mountain. We our goal is just to get to Alaska. We just want to do a backpacking trip in Alaska at some point. So we've been working on that for years. I'm sure.
Come look me up when you get here. Look me up because the backpacking right here at Hatcher Pass.
Yeah,
it's pretty spectacular.
Okay, we might take you up on that.
Yeah, why not?
But you live in Alaska and you built your own homestead there, and you've helped people and countless others on that show that you've got, and you've done every kind of adventure known to mankind. So, like we just want to kind of pull from your experience here. What are 3 skills you've learned over the years that you feel like you simply could not live without?
Please forgive me. Those kind of questions, they're kind of cliche. I mean, it's kind of like what's your favorite tool on a homestead?
I love that you just said that.
Yeah, we've never had a question on our show ever get called cliche. We usually get,
I love it. I love
compliments.
No,
So,
I'm so sorry. No,
so bring it.
good.
Bring it. Why is it cliche? What's
Marty,
wrong with
this
my
is
question?
good. This is great for me.
I don't mean it to be good. I'm just saying I saw that question in the notes, I think.
Yeah,
He's like, really? I got to answer this? This is the lamest question.
I don't even remember one question in there.
Okay, but that one you do.
I think my assistant Kelly read them to me, but I remember her saying that. I was like, oh, here we go. But let's not
Enough of this guy. Enough of these questions from this
No.
guy.
Well, Carl, if you can't tell, Marty's more of a fly by the seat of his pants kind of guy. Dude. Let the guy talk. You know?
No. It's a great question for 99% of
Not Marty.
all of the YouTube and homestead and
All the wannabes, Carl.
And no, I wouldn't say that at all. And off-grid types, if you will.
Okay.
But there's such a diversity in where we go. I mean, every state-ish, Alaska, Canada, hot, cold, desert, rainforest, doesn't matter. So it's a pretty big tool bag, and it's that diversity. In fact, I wouldn't agree to do shows like this about homesteading, even though we talked about mountaineering for too long, probably. Sorry, folks. But I wouldn't, because it would never enter my mind that I would be an authority or, have a voice loud enough to speak on homesteading and what to do and what 3 best tools or what are they. But after, we're on season 14.
Right.
So almost, many years on the road.
So 14 seasons, but you don't feel like an authority still, you're saying?
I would say that I would never
seasons.
say authority, but after 14 seasons, I think that I'm at a place where I could speak about the challenges, pitfalls, and how you can avoid those pitfalls, make the challenges less insurmountable,
Okay.
and get to a place where you can succeed in that, whatever that dream is. Just get the basics down, and then you can learn, as you go.
I know we're time sensitive. There's one question I definitely want to get to, though.
Yeah.
Because the first time I was introduced to you on TV was that Ultimate Survival Alaska show. And so for those who haven't seen it, it's just teams that are, they had different seasons, so they kind of structured it differently depending upon the season. But basically, you're racing around Alaska with different modes of transportation, different challenges thrown your way. But you also had to survive. You had to get food while you're out there. And there was one moment on one of the seasons where you're in a boat and I think you're traveling somewhere, but while you're doing that, you're fishing. And you yank a halibut, a massive halibut, out of the water. And you're concerned that it's so big.
I shot it.
You shot it.
I shot it.
But why not a knife, Marty? Why not a knife? Do we have I know the gun, you're out there in the wild. I get the whole, but why not just like a knife on the leg?
Can you tell us your side of the story here? Because I thought that was like one of the most entertaining scenes of the whole series right there.
It was good drama, but I'm curious. Why no knife?
Well, you got a little trouble for that, firing a 44 magazine. Tyler was on the side of the boat hanging on. And I think they were worried he got knocked out of the boat, I think, but his legs were underneath the boat or something, right? So
could have hit him.
I was just like, this is going to be a little dramatic, but we're going to end the fighting of the huge fish in the little boat. Bam. That was kind of it.
Is it? Let me ask you this: would it have been a knife if the cameras weren't rolling? Like, are you feeling like?
I don't even know if I had a knife on me. Maybe.
No. Okay.
I don't even know. I can't remember.
Because the gun was good for TV.
Never heard the song Cherokee. Now there's a line in that song that goes out to Derek and Carl. Maybe not in that order.
We're gonna find out.
And the line in that song goes like this:
miming guitar. Continue.
If you want to make a living, you got to put on a good show.
So true.
When you smell
So true.
the smoke and the cinder, slick back your hair, rosin up your.
Okay, my takeaway from that is you knew exactly what you were doing when you did that.
Let's just say, if you really want to know how I'm going to react, we need to go fishing.
Okay, fair enough.
An entertainer knows what the camera is at all times, Carl.
Last question. You mentioned that it's the 14th season coming up on Homestead Rescue, and I know you're starting filming in about a month, but is there anything we can look forward to, whether it's places you're going to go or things you're going to be trying, or just anything we can look forward to for this next season?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. They do have some. They do have a very novel aspect to the show coming up. So we have a season 13's in the can, and it'll probably be on the air any day. I don't know when.
Gotcha.
So there's a complete season in the can.
It hasn't been released yet. Okay.
Yeah. Boom. So there, and then, but again, as we're about to start filming season 14. That said, that season 14, they've got some tweak, nuance, craziness. Want to make a living, you got to put on a good show. Types, twist happen.
Okay.
I don't know how it's going to go, frankly. I just texted. I'm an executive producer on the show, but I just texted 2 other executive producers today separately saying, sure you're not getting a little too crazy?
Wait, if you're saying that, that's not.
I know.
He's hyping it. He's hyping it. I like it. He's hyping it.
No, I
like it.
I
it's
don't
piquing
know.
interest if you're saying that, though, right? I mean,
they went back and watched the fish scene. They're like, "Oh, this guy is capable of so much more. We gotta
dial it up, Marty. Dial it up. Jeez.
Listen, I really don't. I tell my crew all the time, we're not doing anything for TV.
Okay,
but
it's all for TV. It's all for TV.
You'd have
show.
No, but you'd be surprised. I mean, this is my crew. My family, they said it for years. Gosh, you need a show. We need a show. We got to have a show. We need a show. Now, I don't say that in boast because I've dismissed it every time it was said. National Geographic knocked on my door. That's what started all this stuff. So I was not seeking, looking. I only really know 2 things.
Cowboy hats and?
Don't make me come over there.
Right?
You've been warned.
Cowboy hats.
He's warning you.
2?
Derek, you want some Dominoes?
That was good. That was good. Derek and the Dominoes.
Last time where you guys at?
I'm Colorado. Derek's.
I don't think I should tell you at this point.
Yeah, Derek's California. In Orange County. He's behaving like it too.
California.
Yeah.
He's got his hat point on his hat game on point, Carl. Come on.
I know.
Hey, last time I hit a guy in Crested Butte, he got picked up for speeding at the Viper Room.
The Viper Room. And
I got it all in.
That's there.
I got it all in.
Well, cool. On behalf of all the fans of the show and the folks that are listening, it's been an honor to have you on our show, and thank you so much for sharing stories from some tough stuff to some fun stuff, and we just really appreciate your time and just thank you so much for all that you do.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so that's a lot, my friend. That was big time storytelling, things we haven't experienced, all sorts of stuff. Where do you want to start with that?
That was like a Thanksgiving meal, and just filling.
Yes,
I think we start with let's touch on the fact that he called one of your questions cliche out the gate. How did you feel about that? Were your feelings hurt?
Bad. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Because
you ever called a question I've said cliche. I usually people don't always like the questions, but they respect them. So
are you cliche guy now?
Maybe. Is that is that a cliche question? How many people have gone up to him and been like, tell me your 3 top skills you think are essential for life? Who's asked him that before?
Probably a couple people, but maybe not on a podcast. So I see where you're going. And
really?
for podcast purposes, I'll defend you because these are the things a lot of people tune in for. He's the expert in homesteading, he's the expert in whatever. What are your top 3 tips? Let's go over.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're used to, but he's definitely not your average bear, if you will. So I'm not shocked the way he answered that.
Let me flip it. Flip it. People know you got a backpacking podcast. How many times have people in private conversations said, Derek, give me your top 3 backpacking tips? Never, right? Never.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. So I don't think people have asked him that. I just think he didn't like the question, which is different than it being cliche.
Like he just didn't. Maybe he didn't have them ready to go.
Well, I asked the question. I told him that that was what this episode was going to be about. We had a conversation beforehand. He's like, I said, like, what? I think I phrased it like, what skills do you think we should have? Kind of like more like advice based. And he didn't like that. So I was like, I'll just rephrase it. And
still didn't like it.
I think I planted a bad seed.
He still didn't like it. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of more like, I'm just going to get out there and figure it out when I go out there.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that. I prepped answers for your questions vibe, like some guests do.
Yeah.
And he was not one of those.
No, he did more than most, actually. He went over the questions. He told me.
He reviewed them.
Some people, they're like, wait, what's that question? Like, what are you asking? I'm like, dude, I sent it to you ahead of time.
Maybe, okay. It's in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. He was good.
He wasn't bad.
He knew what he was in for. And he wanted to let me know that he didn't like it. That's okay.
I got threatened with violence, so I'm sure that you enjoyed that. He was going to come over there and, was it punch me? Slap me? Something? I don't know. I gave him a little sass.
He was being sarcastic.
It was good.
Yeah. Although he's a lot older than you, and he could probably beat you up, to be honest.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
He could probably, if we both attacked him, he'd probably take both of us.
I mean, I could sweep the leg. Yeah, right. Could sweep the leg.
Well, not now, because now you're telling him that, so now he knows.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, does he know what that is, though? I don't know. So, yeah, I want to talk about this boat where he shot the boat. We were talking about that, and I was like, and I asked him, I was like, why don't you just bring a knife? But it was just interesting because that made me think like the whole camera's rolling thing. Like you have a gun, you're out there, and we caught this massive fish. And it was gonna flip the boat, he said, or something, and his first instinct was to shoot it,
which is awesome.
Which was just awesome for TV, no doubt about that.
Well, I watched it. That show came out a few years ago, and it had like 3 seasons, like Ultimate Survival Alaska. And when I was watching it, I was in on the show, but then when that scene came out, I was like, okay, I'm a fan of this guy. Like this guy,
that's what I'm saying.
He's like my buddy Rocky, like we talked about, and he's got a gun, and that's what Rocky probably would have done. And so when he shoots the fish and then it creates the hole in the boat and then the boat starts sinking, I was like, dude, that's stinking hilarious. So
amazing for TV,
right?
But I think part of that was because he knew the cameras were rolling. I could be wrong.
Do you think maybe, but do you think that he knew he was going to shoot a hole in his own boat?
I mean, I don't know. What the things people do for the viewers? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not so far fetched because like we've seen him, we've seen his personality, we've seen all that. So it's not like I don't think he planned it. If that's what you're asking.
No. He was very specific. He's like, I do not do shows where there's scripts, and a lot of even those documentary based shows they're scripted. They're like, we want to get this shot, whatever.
Right.
He won't do that.
Which I love. I think that's great that he does that. So
for sure. So
it was a great story though, for sure.
Anyway, I would check. The show's a few years old, but I think it still holds up. It's just a fun adventure documentary show. I don't even know where you can find it on, but I would check that one out if you like outdoor adventure stuff. A lot of the latest outdoor like adventure / survival shows are like embarrassingly bad, like really just horrifically bad. So that one's good, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Noted.
Okay.
Noted.
All right. So thanks again to Marty for coming on the show. Yeah, just a pleasure. I actually tried to have my wife come down. Like when he first popped on, I was like, hey, why don't you meet Marty? Because she's watching him on that homesteader show.
Oh, right.
She got a little nervous. She didn't want to do it.
She got nervous. Wow.
She got nervous. Yeah.
A lot of people get nervous when they want to meet you, I bet, too.
All the time. Not really. No.
Okay.
All right.
Accurate.
You got trivia?
We got trivia coming up. We got Alaska trivia right after this. All right.
I'm going to guess that you've got a slew of questions that there's no possible way to ever know the answer to.
I have multiple choice for you because I don't want to hear any complaining.
I already complained.
But we'll probably figure out how to get more complaining from you. All right. Here we go.
I already did.
Yeah, I know. Well, up that bar. Number 1, what % of Alaska is covered in glaciers?
How would I know that? How would I know that?
I'm giving you multiple choice. I'm giving you multiple choice.
I won't know.
These are the questions you give me.
Like 105%. That sounds plausible.
You get 105%. It goes over the border. What is it? 3%? Is it 12%? 15 or 27%?
I'll go 3%.
Correct.
Oh,
3%.
Yes.
Wow, you're getting so much faster at Googling answers. It's great. That's
fair.
Number 2, we purchased Alaska from Russia. in 1867. How much did we buy it for? Was it was it $708,000? Was it $7.2 million? Was it $28.4 million? Or was it $125.48? This is back in 1867.
Is it 7.2 million?
You're going 7.2 million?
Yeah.
Did you know that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair. Okay. That is correct.
I asked that question when we had a guest host on the show.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's right. We played one of the games we played at my house. That was one of the questions I thought, oh, that's great.
Yeah. That's still a hard question. If I didn't happen to have that as a trivia question, I wouldn't know that.
$7 million for Alaska. That's pretty well.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Somebody
Russia was in debt and needed money like now, and that's why they gave it up for so little.
There you go. Yeah. Steal a century. How old was the person who designed Alaska's flag? Were they?
How would I know this? How would anybody know this? They're 5 years old. 5 years old is my guess. Go ahead.
That's your guess?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, well, okay. 14, 6.
6 is a guess?
106 or 89. How old?
Okay, I couldn't even tell you what's on Alaska's flag, so how would I know?
It's like, well, I don't want to tell you.
I already passed trivia. I'm gonna say it was like a 6-year-old. I'll just go with my initial guess.
That was pretty funny. No, it's 14-year-old. Okay. It's like blue with some yellow stars, I believe. If I remember correctly. That's boring. Well,
California's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a bear.
Yeah, I like
some
that
colors. You know,
that's a good
one.
Okay.
You passed trivia, dude. This is a rare day. We should all celebrate. Everybody listening, just give Carl a little round of applause to yourself, and then he'll never hear it. So,
to yourself.
Good job.
Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back, buddy. Yeah.
You're still way ahead on trivia. I got two tidbits for you.
Oh.
All right. First one is I'd like to welcome Dave B from Portland, Oregon, as a new Patreon member. It's been a while since we've had a new one, so we really appreciate you joining the Patreon family. He's got 33 years of backpacking experience, and we happen to just do a trip to Timberline, but he wasn't able to make it because he's prepping for a Spartan race.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
So, and here's what's weird is that like you live in California.
I do.
And I'm originally from California, but we have,
Correct.
I think Oregon is one of our top states in terms of like the Patreon family.
Mm.
But I didn't think Oregonians liked Californians.
Why not? I don't think we have any beef. Do we have beef with Oregon? I don't think we have beef with Oregon.
You totally hit the California cliche. It's like, why would anybody have a problem with us? Like, we're not annoying.
That's so true. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Everybody loves us. What are you talking about?
Texas cliche is if somebody's like, yeah, this state doesn't like Texas, Texas people are just like, yeah, we don't care.
That's true. That's probably true.
That's the cliche, right?
That's
and
true.
California's like, why would anybody not like us? We're just these people that, you know, are, I don't want to stereotype them, but
yeah. No, stereotype us, Carl. What do you think?
Yeah. Some of the best people I know are from California, but there's definitely at least where I grew up in Orange County, there's definitely like a keeping up with the Joneses type of mentality. Would you agree?
I would agree with that actually. Yeah.
Okay.
There's we got to have the best of the best when it comes out right away.
But some of the best folks I know live in California, so it's a weird dichotomy. But I don't match up with the keeping up with the Joneses. I'm more of like let's everybody, welcome everybody and get along, and not try to make people feel bad about their state in life.
I live in Orange County, right in the heart of it, and I see it every day. It's it is.
So when people try to make
annoying.
you feel like you got to keep up with them, how do you respond to that?
I just make a joke out of it. Like I had a guy I have my 1996 Toyota 4Runner. I had this in high school. I still have it today. Amazing. Love the car. Sentimental. I drove by an intersection, and my good friend was driving by with his boss in a Cybertruck by, and his boss is like, dude, who is that? That was Derek? Really? Like, why is he in that old beat up car? Like, why doesn't he get a new car? And my buddy's like, because it's sentimental, dude. Like, he doesn't give a rip if he has the new car or not. He just loves that car. He's like, he was shocked. He's like, really? That's crazy. I would never do that. I'm gonna get rid of this Cybertruck. I just got it. I'm gonna get rid of it 6 months later and swap out for something new. That was it. That's what he's. So that's what I'm in the middle of that whole storm. So,
but you don't know. You just know your friend. You're not friends with the guy's boss, right?
I mean, I've met him a few times, but I know people like that.
But you have a friend that introduces you to his boss? That's kind of weird.
Well, they work down the street from my house. So, like, if I go over there and meet him for lunch or something, I'll go pick him up or whatever.
Okay.
Well,
I wouldn't hang out with that guy anymore because I don't want to feel bad about my vehicle. That's not very nice.
Well, I don't hang out with the boss. I just have met him a couple times. Calm down. That's all right. Yeah.
All that to say, thanks, Dave, for joining the Patreon family. Probably not
that was
where
the
you thought we'd
long-winded
go with that
version.
conversation.
Long-winded version.
Long-winded version. Okay. Last tidbit I got.
One more tidbit. Yeah.
One more. Okay. So this is something I got from Pika Outdoors. This is like designed by Justin Outdoors. And this is a multifunctional pot lid that fits on the Toaks pots. Here, I'm going to show you which ones for those that are on YouTube. And basically, like this pot lid, so it's a lid that, replaces the existing lid, and it's got like a little pour hole. It's got a spot where you slide your spoon through, so that way if you want to kind of store your spoon with your pot lid, and then the small fuel canister snaps on the bottom. You can store that inside your pot. So I would describe it, if you like small, nifty things that can keep your stuff together, this is for you. It's the
trinkets. You're talking about trinkets.
It's more than a trinket. I would just say it's nifty. How would you describe it? It's not a
nifty.
Trinket. Nifty.
How is nifty and a trinket that much different though?
I don't know, but
it's
called the Pika lid. Pika Outdoors.
Pika lid. Pikachu.
Yeah, Pika lid. Check it out. I'm gonna have a link in the show description. But pretty cool if you're looking to kind of just consolidate things and keep things together. Honestly, the spoon is like the most commonly lost item, even within somebody's backpack. So if you can not lose your spoon by storing it in the lid, I think that's a win right there.
Okay.
So pretty cool. And
Pika lid.
Yeah, the Pika lid.
Yeah, Pikachu, Pokemon. Got it. Okay.
You don't know what a Pika is, do you?
I do now.
What is it? No, this is
Pika?
The brand is called the Pika.
You mean
but what is an
animal?
actual Pika?
You talking about an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an animal.
Is it the size of a mouse?
You're welcome. All right, that's it for us today. Do we have anything else to do?
That's all I got.
That's all I got, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with us and Marty today. It was a great time. Marty, thanks for all the stories. And guys, if you need to shoot anything, do not give Carl anything, including a water gun or a BB gun. And he will die. I want to fly.